Alright, Briere 14. Not doing a real lot today. Just going to machine some bushings for the rockers on the fork. Just thought I'd film that while I did it. Hopefully I can make a half decent video out of it. So yeah, I'll put it onto the lathe now. This is my little lathe that my dad actually gave me. Now these are the rockers I'm going to use. These are actually leaf spring bushings. If you can see here on this leaf spring, the bushing, that's the same thing. So that's what I'm going to use. However, I don't want to use it just like that. I want it to have a lip on each end going in from two sides so it'll fit nice and tight. These are actually the right size to fit on a 1/2 inch UNF bolt. Very nicely. Nice swivel. So that's what I'll be using for the pins. Now I was going to machine it to fit inside this medium wall pipe. As you can see, it's the same OD, but fitting inside it, I'd have to take that from 22mm down to 15.4 to fit inside. Now these only have a hole of 12.6mm, and there's a slight taper inside, so I really don't particularly want to do that. I think that's too small. So what I'm going to do, instead of using this, I'm going to use this slightly lighter wall tubing, which is actually what I'm using for the forks as well. And this has an inside diameter of 19.1, so as you can see, that's going to leave a lot more meat inside the bushing. So there we go. Now I have this set up. Move this over here, hopefully it can slightly better view. I have one set up here. I've mounted it on a 1/2 inch bolt with a nylock, a couple of washers to stop it getting locked up, and got my vernier calipers here so that I can take measurements as I go. But first thing I've got to do is decide on a lip, and I've decided on 4mm at the ends for the lip to have a wear surface against the rockers. So I'm going to move that in till it's 4mm, which is a little bit over at the moment, but I'll put a groove in so that I can measure it. Okay, so there we have, yep, still a little bit over, so I'll bring it back this way a little bit. Still a little bit over. I reckon that ought to do it. Yep, that's it there. Alright, so that's my starting point. Now I need to machine this down obviously until it fits my 19.1mm, so I'm going to set my verniers to that. Basically bring it along here till it says, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on the video, till it gets to 19. But I also need to line up, these are your graduations in tenths of a millimetre. So I put it on 19, but I need to get this little 1 to line up because that will give me 19.1mm. So it's on 19, but the 1 lines up with the closest graduation here, so that's 19.1mm. So now I need to machine this down until that fits. So let's see how far I have to go. Let's take a measurement. And we have 19.1mm. Look at that. Perfection. Alright, so that's one down. I have another 3 to do for this bike, but I'm also doing another set because I figure I'm going to need them at some point. So I've actually got another 7 to go. So I'll get onto that. and we'll catch you up again soon. Alright, almost done for the day. There's 4 of them done. I've actually made nine of them in the end, simply for future projects or whatever. I'm also splitting them in half, so they can go each side of when they go in, you know. Here's one mounted on a pivot bolt. That's the tube. As you can see, that's a really nice fit. So once that's knocked in there, it won't slip. The bolt will be the pivot, like it's meant to be. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm not a machinist by any means. I'm a fabricator. Last time I used a lathe in Ango was 19 years ago, 2 weeks trade school. So yeah, probably doing a few things wrong, but it works good enough for me. So I'll just show you now how I'm splitting them apart, and yeah, that'll be it for the day. Alright, so this is my bolt that I've been using. As you can see, I've just put a pilot hole in the end so that it'll sit on the end stop. This is one of the ones I've already machined. Slides on. Okay, this one's a bit tight for some reason. There we go. Nylock nut on the end. Not that one. Where's the other one? Found it. That goes on there. Put that in the vise, tighten it up just a little. Okay, that then goes in here. Slide the tailstock up, lock it down. Lock down the top. I've already got this set to halfway. Switch it on, just wind it in slowly. There we go, they're cut in half. Pull that off. Pull that off, undo this in the vise. And there we go, they pull off. Need just a little bit of cleaning up, but there we go. 2 little bushes. That one's a little bit tight on there. Ready to be used. Some didn't split quite as well. So I'll just get hacksaw on them and split them properly, but at least they're marked in the right spots. So that's pretty much done. That's it for the day. Yeah, I'm not a machinist by any means, so if I've made mistakes, don't hit me too hard. But that should work really well for the rockers. The nylon's designed to slide and should be good. Alright, see you next time for, what are we, 15 next time. So, see you then. Bye.